Good morning, Mr. Witnesses. You are welcome to this commission.
Good morning, Mr. Witness. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry. May I begin by asking, what is your name? What is your religion? In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
English.
English. Do you wish to swear or make an affirmation? Swear. Madam Chair, the witness wishes to swear on the Holy Quran.
Very well, you can proceed to swear him.
Okay, Mr. Witness, please place your hand on the Holy Quran and repeat after me. I, Mamadou CESSAY, do swear I will speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
So help me God.
You may be seated, please. Good morning, Mr. Witness. Welcome to the Commission of Inquiry. What is your name? What is your religion? In which language do you wish to make your testimony? Do you wish to swear or make an affirmation? An affirmation. Madam Chair, the witness wishes to make an affirmation.
Very well, you can proceed to swear him, the Holy Quran.
Please repeat after me. I, affirmation, raise your hand. You raise your hand. I, BAKARY, do affirm that I will speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. You may be seated, please. Madam Chair, the witness is as sworn.
Thank you, Mr. Mbalo. We can now have Alaji Sila to lead us in the Muslim prayers and Mr. Oremi Joyner to lead us in the Christian prayers. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين ورثا واسخا ورزقا واسخا ورثا واسعا مباركا 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 وأولم تيل وسعة البدن اللهم افتح قلوبنا بالعلم أعوذ بالله من شر النساء ومن سيئ الشياطين والسلطان الله إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما بحرمة اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق الناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. فاتحة.
Mr. Joyner.
In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Amen. May God bless us. May God guide us and support us. May God always be with us. May God always ease our difficulties. May God give us strength in weakness. May God give us light in darkness. May God give us hope in despair. May God give us the peace wherever we go. And may God grant us success in all our undertakings. This we ask through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you for those prayers, Honorable Commissioners. I will now hand over to Ms. Cox to take the witness through.
Thank you. Good morning, Chairperson, Commissioners, witnesses. I just wish to point out for the record that we have two witnesses today from the National Audit Office, as permission was previously sought to have them be taken together. I will start with Mr. Modusise. Please state your name and address for the record.
Mr. Modusise, I live in Sinju Alaji, Coastal Road.
And what is your occupation?
Auditor General.
Where? Auditor General, what office, sir?
National Audit Office, the Gambia.
Thank you. Now, you provided a statement to the investigators, is that correct?
That's correct.
And you made the statement yourself?
Yes.
Let me show you the statement. Oh, a statement.
That's correct.
Yeah. Is this the statement that you give?
Yes.
Do you adopt the statement as part of your evidence before this commission?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Chairperson, I apply to tender the statement of the witness, Modusise.
The statement of sorry, let me just get the commissioners to view.
I'm grateful.
The witness statement of Modusise is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as MC001.
As the commission pleases. Mr. Tarawally, could you kindly state your names for the record?
Thank you. My name is BAKARY.
Thank you. And where do you live?
I live in Bundum.
In where, sorry?
Bundum.
Thank you. What is your occupation and where do you work?
I'm Director of Audit at National Audit Office, responsible for municipalities and area councils.
You provided a statement to the investigators, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And did you prepare the statement yourself?
Yes.
Let me show you a statement. Do you confirm that that is the statement that you prepared?
Yes.
Thank you. Chairperson, I applied to tender the statement of BAKARY TARAWALLY into evidence.
Very well.
I'm sorry. I forgot to ask, do you adopt the statement as your evidence, part of your evidence before the commission?
Yes.
Thank you.
Is it, the witness statement by Bakary Tarawale is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as BT002.
As the commission pleases. Mr. CESSAY, could you please give to the commission just a summary of your educational and professional background?
Thank you. Thank you very much. I was educated high school, Gambia High School, and then went on to the University of the Gambia to obtain a BSc in economics, and proceeded to London College of Accountancy, where I obtained ACCA. I also did some other professional qualifications, such as Certified Internal Audit qualification and Certified Fraud Examiner's qualification, and currently pursuing a MSc degree.
Thank you. And your professional history?
Professional qualification, I've mentioned them.
No, as in, where have you worked?
Oh. I worked as finance manager, starting my career with the Eltin Oil Den Gambia Limited, and proceeded to the Accountant General's Department as principal accountant. Then proceeded to the internal audit as director of internal audit and later director general internal audit, and currently auditor general.
AG. And how long have you been the Auditor General of the National Audit Office?
Since November 2022.
Thank you. Mr. Tarawally, could you please provide a summary, or give us a summary of your educational and professional background?
In 2001, then went to Gambia Technical Training Institute, GTTI, for 1 year, where I did my AAT level 1. I later proceeded to Management Development Institute, MDI, for my AAT level 2 and 3. That is where I got my qualification as accounting technician. Then I later proceeded and started my ACCA at same MDI. I did my ACCA level 1 and level 2 at Management Development Institute. Later proceeded in 2010 to Finance and Business Training School in UK, Birmingham, United Kingdom. That's where I did my ACCA final level and qualified as a chartered accountant.
Thank you. And your professional background?
In January 2003, I was appointed as an accounts clerk at Accountants General Department. I worked for Accountant General Department up to March 2014. I then requested for a transfer of service. My service was transferred from Accountant General to National Audit Office in April 2014. And that is where I am working from 2014 to date. I am working at the National Audit Office. I rose through the rank as an assistant audit manager, senior manager, and currently the director of audit.
Thank you. Now, can you tell us what the National Audit Office does? As in, what is its role?
The National Audit Office was established under Section 159 of the 1997 of the Constitution of the Republic of the Gambia as the Supreme Audit Institution to assist the Auditor General in the performance of the functions conferred on him or her by the Constitution of the Gambia. The Auditor General has the responsibility for audit of all accounts of the government institutions, local government authorities, and the public bodies. And the functions of the Auditor General are also described in details in the Constitution of the Gambia. To summarize, the Auditor General Office is responsible for the audit of all accounts of the public fund, including the government institutions, the parastatals, and the local councils, and all the projects.
Okay. And in conducting these audits, what types of audits does NAO conduct?
Basically, National Audit Office conducted three main types of audits: financial audits, performance audit, and compliance audit.
And are those the only types of audits that are usually conducted, or is that just the ones that National Audit conducts?
Yes, these are the three main types of audit conducted. Any other audit assignment will either fall under this category, either financial, performance, or compliance.
And are these financial performance and compliance audits, are they statutorily mandated audits?
Yes, these are statutorily mandated audits.
Okay. Can you explain to us what these different types of audits entail?
Yeah, financial audit, this is where auditors review the financial transaction of institutions and express an opinion whether the financial transactions are true and fair. Performance audit, this is where you look at whether the institutions are operating in accordance with the three E's, that's economically, efficiently, and effectively, called the value for money.
Okay.
And compliance audit, this is basically you look at whether the institutions are operating in accordance with the laws and regulations.
Thank you. So what are forensic audits then?
Forensic audit is basically investigatory audit. This is usually when there is alleged fraud. Then the Auditor General can set up a team to go and conduct a forensic audit. Forensic audit is more of an investigation.
Okay. Now, you have said in your statement that you are the Director of Audit for municipalities and area councils.
Yes.
Now, how long have you been Director of that unit?
I've been the Director of that unit for 4 years, from 2019 to date.
Okay. Now, can you tell us what the purpose is of having an external auditor, such as the National Audit Office?
Yeah, I think the purpose of, I don't know whether I'll have the liberty at some point if I want to get to the Auditor General or?
Yes, yes.
Okay, then that's fine.
Thank you. The purpose of the National Audit Office is to serve as the external auditors of the government of the Gambia in requirements for accountability. Is part of the accountability mechanisms that the national government or local governments or public bodies are statutorily required to be audited to provide assurances as to the mandates or as to the resources that were given to them to execute particular functions have been executed in the manner it was envisaged and described. So the auditors provide assurance to the National Assembly as the representatives of the people on how the use of resources dedicated to public offices have been executed. In summary, that would be the purpose, and it is enshrined as earlier stated in Section 159 of the Constitution of the Gambia. Thank you.
Thank you. And how are the audits conducted? Is it retrospectively?
Yeah, audit is conducted in areas, if you because
Yeah.
For example, when it's financial statement audit, for example, before you can audit a financial statement, the transactions must take place, and then prepare the financial statement or the records, and then the auditors then go and then review those transactions and form an opinion and express an opinion on them. So audit is always conducted in areas.
Okay, and who prepares the financial statements?
It's the responsibility of the management of the institutions to prepare the financial statement.
Okay. So were you involved in the audit of the local government councils between the periods 2018 and 2023?
Yes, maybe for the period 2018 to 2019, yes, I'm involved in the audit, yeah.
To 2023?
To 2023, yes, even though the 2023 accounts are yet to be audited, but up to 2022, some of the councils are audited up to 2021, 2023 accounts are not yet ready for audit.
Okay. And this is for all the councils?
Yeah, this is for all the councils. I'm involved in the audit of all the councils.
Okay. So can you tell us how the audits are conducted from the beginning to the end?
All right. Maybe I just want to make some clarification. Before the establishment of this unit, municipalities and area councils, National Audit Office has always been auditing the area councils, but there was no unit established to focus only on the audit of area councils. So other directorates will go and conduct this audit. Maybe this year you can say BASE Area Council Director A can go and conduct it, Director B, but we've seen that there are a lot of work to be done as far as these area councils are concerned. That was the reason why in 2019 they established a special unit, you know, to focus on the audit of these municipalities and area councils. So the unit was established in 2019. The audit process starts with planning. For example, if you are to, we have a plan for the whole office, all the units, because the office comprised of 5 units. That is the ministries and departments. That's the central government. You have a unit responsible for that. You have a municipalities and area councils that focus on the local councils. That's where I am heading. You have development and projects that focus on mostly on donor-funded projects and some of the local funded projects. Extraneous unit, this is responsible for the audit of subvented institutions. And performance audit unit, that's the unit responsible for the value for money audit, if you like. They look at the efficiency, effectiveness, and economic of how resources have been used. The audit will start from planning, because planning takes most of our time, and then as an office, we always plan how to conduct audit for all the institutions, because the Auditor General has the mandate to audit all the public funds, but you know, practically it's not possible for the Auditor General to audit all this within a year and report. So that is where planning is key, and then we use risk-based approach. When you come to narrow that down to the area councils, this planning for the year, we said this period to this period, we will be at this area council. This period to this period, we will be at this particular area council. And we don't just sit and determine like that, we will be at KMC, we will be at this, but we will look at the risk-based approach. In this, we consider the budget allocation, or how much revenue is KMC generating, and then we make sure that we plan in accordance with the revenue that they are receiving, or the budget, and then also the risks, by looking at the prior year, that is the previous year's audit findings, negative findings, and also the public perception. If at all there is a public outcry about a particular area council, we will know that the risk for that council is high. So we will make sure that we prioritize them in our planning. When we did that planning for the year, then we will send an engagement letter. If we are to audit any particular council, we will send an engagement letter. But before you send an engagement letter, you will form your team, because it doesn't mean that the whole team will go to Carnegie Municipal Council, for example, but we will look at we'll form the team, and that team formation, you will look at, okay, what is the nature of Carnegie Municipal Council, the revenue, the risks involved, and then that will determine the caliber of staff that has to be in that audit team. And then we'll send an engagement letter. The engagement letter will describe the terms and conditions of the audit, how the audit is going to be conducted, the documents that we will request from the council, the time, the day we will have the entrance meeting, and so forth. That letter will be sent to them to specify the terms and conditions of the audit. When they receive our engagement letter, they will acknowledge that they've received our engagement letter, then we will go for an entrance meeting. Entrance meeting, we'll go with the team to introduce the team to them. These are the team members that are going to conduct the audit, and the objective of the audit, and the timeline, when we will have this, we need the documentation, and then request for a space. And then we don't even start the audit if they don't sign that engagement letter to say we've acknowledged, and then we are ready to receive the team. Then we will begin the audit. During the audit, we have what we call the field work. The planning will be done. We request for some of their documentations, and then we start the field work. The field work is where we will start reviewing the files, conduct interview if necessary, get information from different people, review the file, and then request for documentation. Normally this will take some time. We'll be there, we'll give them the opportunity. If anybody has anything that you want to bring into the attention of the auditors, we will welcome you, and we will have key stakeholders that we will also make inquiries, and then interview them, just to make sure that we get enough information, because audit is also based on sampling. We don't go and audit each and every transaction, but it's based on sampling. So that is the field work. After the field work, we will have an exit meeting. This exit meeting is where we will discuss the findings that the audit team came up with during the field work, and then we will discuss it with the management. And then we'll go back to our office and draft an audit report. This draft, no other stakeholder is copied. It's only our office and the management. The draft will tell you these are the findings, and we will give them an opportunity to respond, for management to respond. So when management go through that, normally we will give them 1 month, 3 weeks, depending on the volume of the findings, and then they will respond. If they respond, we will incorporate their response in our report, and then review it, and then finalize the audit. So the final report is where other stakeholders are copied. So this is just to say, audit is always consultative. The councils or the institutions you are auditing, they are always part of us from the beginning to the end. They are given all the opportunity to provide any explanation or documentation before we conclude the audit. Thank you.
Thank you. You have said that you conduct your audit by sampling. You do not go through each and every transaction. How do you do this sampling?
Yeah, sampling is a method that the auditors also acquire, because that's why councils, because if you look at the audit, you have the management. These are the people. Management has the responsibility to put in mechanism in place, whereas they will be looking at internal controls on a daily basis. Among that, that's why they have internal auditors. So external auditors, that is why, because for us, it's just to give a reasonable assurance. That's why for us, when we come, we look at a sample. It will depend on the sample method you are taking. You can look at the vouchers, for example, depending on the risk nature of the institution, and then that will determine your sample. But this sample is backed by the standard. This is based on the auditing standard, the profession. Then that's what we will use. When we said you cannot, if at all there are 100 vouchers here, you don't expect to go into each and every voucher. But maybe your sampling will be like vouchers, any payment that is above 5,000, we will look at that. So any payment that is less than 200 or 300, we will not look at that. So that is how sampling is conducted. And if you are requesting for the files, for example, instead of 100 files, you can take 70 files or 80 files and review that, just to make sure that you have an idea or abilities about what is happening in the institution. AG?
And when you're going to conduct the audit, do you have what is the interaction between the NAO and the internal audit department or unit of the area councils, if any?
Yes, the internal audit are like because the internal audit, they are part of the institution. They are there to help the management of the area council, so strengthen those internal control before the national audits come in. Because national audit is based on sampling, and then we spend very little time. So that's why when you go, the first point of this thing will be the internal audit. If you look at their manuals, they're supposed to report on a quarterly basis. So when National Audit Office get there, we will review, we will request for the report from the internal auditor, and then that internal audit report, we will review it. That will give us the pointers to know what are some of the internal control weaknesses happening in this institution. And then we make sure that we also work with the internal audit personnel at the council to give us some inside information that are happening at the council. So it's like we collaborate. They are like our focal person as far as the audit is concerned. We work closely with them.
And in your experience, have the internal audit unit of the various municipalities been sending quarterly reports as required?
Most of the councils, this is a challenge. You request for the internal audit report, reports are not available. Some, maybe the whole year, they might just give you one, and then it might be very scanty. So there is limitation.
And is there anything that your office is able to do to compel them to provide the reports as required?
Yeah, the only thing, when this happens, we just, this comes as an observation in our report that according to so-and-so manual, the internal auditor is supposed to prepare reports on a quarterly basis, but during our review, we realized that they are not doing that, or maybe they only did it once, and then come up with recommendations so that the management should ensure that they produce reports according to the policy document. So we only recommend.
Okay. Let me show you some of the audit reports that we have received. Are you able to identify those reports?
Yes, I'm able to, yeah.
Can you tell us which documents those are?
This is the audit of Carnegie Municipal Council for the period 1st April 2017 to 31st December 2019. And the other one is audit report and final management letter for Carnegie Municipal Council for the year ended 31st December 2020 and 2021.
And they were prepared by your office?
Yes, they are prepared by the office.
And you personally signed off on those reports?
Say again?
You signed off on those reports?
Yes, I signed these reports on behalf of the Auditor General, yes.
Thank you. Chairperson, I applied to tender the audit reports for Carnegie municipalities that have been identified by the witness.
Very well, Council. The audit report of KMC for the period ended 1st April 2017 to 31st December 2019, dated the 3rd of December 2020, with reference number HC 93/475/01, Part 4, Volume 11, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as AR/KMC/001.
As a commission, please.
The audit report for Cardiff Municipal Council for the years ended 31st December 2020 and 31st December 2021, dated on the 9th of February 2023, with reference number HC 93/475/01, Part 4, Volume 15, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as AR/KMC/002.
As the commission pleases. I'm grateful. Mr. Tarawally, I'm going to show you some other reports.
Is the mic on?
Please identify those reports.
Yes, this is the audit report for Kuntaur Area Council for the period 1st January to 31st December 2018. Okay. And the other one is the audit report and final management letter for Kuntaur Area Council for the period December 1st January 2019 to 31st December 2020.
And these are prepared by your office?
Yes.
And signed off by you?
It was signed by, the one for 2018 was signed by myself, but the one for 2020 was signed by one of my staff in my department because I wasn't around by then.
Okay, but it is your
Yes, yes, yeah, it was signed. He signed on my behalf of the Auditor General, yeah.
Thank you. Chairperson, I applied to tender the audit reports that have been identified by the witness.
Very well, Council. The audit report for Kuntaur Area Council for the year ended, for the period 1st January, 1st January to 31st December 2018, with reference number HC/93/407/01, Part 2, Volume 59, and dated the 11th of March 2020, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as AR/KAC/001. The audit report for Kuntaur Area Council for the period 31st December 2019 to 31st December 2020, with reference number HC 93/407/01, Part 3, Volume 04, and dated 28th of October 2022, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as KAC/002.
As the commission pleases. Mr. Tarawally, I'm going to show you some more reports. Please identify those reports.
Yes, the final management letter and audit report for Brikama Area Council for the period for the period 1st October 2017 to 31st December 2018.
Okay.
Yes, it was signed by myself.
Okay.
You have the audit of Brikama Area Council for the year ended 31st December, from January to 31st December 2019, Brikama Area Council, also signed by myself on behalf of the Auditor General.
Thank you.
The audit of Brikama Area Council and final management letter for the period 1st January 2020 to 31st December 2021, signed by myself on behalf of the Auditor General.
Thank you. Chairperson, I applied to tender the audit reports for Brikama Area Council as identified by the witness.
Very well. Are these all for Brikama? For the, sorry, okay, thank you. The, may I just find out from the, from council whether this, this is an audit report or is the final management letter?
I think we would need to ask the witness.
Can you take it to the witness to confirm whether it's an audit report or the final management letter?
This is a final management letter. Okay. Do you know management? Yeah, it's a management letter. Final management letter.
Yes. Did that accompany any report?
No, you know, because this, if you look at the scope is 2017, maybe we'll come to that, 2017, okay. By then councils we are not preparing financial statement.
Very well.
But we still go into, look at their transparent report. That's what we call management letter.
That's the code.
Yeah. So maybe you can just, this will show in the, for the period 2017 to this. Yeah.
The final management letter for the period 1st October 2017 to 31st December 2018, dated the 18th of September 2019, is hereby with reference number HC 93/473/01 /3 volume 15 is hereby admitted and marked as ML Brikama Area Council, that is BAC/001. The audit report for the year ended 31st December 2019 with reference number HC 93/473/01 Part 3 Volume 22 dated 25th of February 2021 is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as AR/BAC/002. The audit report and final management letter for the period 1st January 2020 to 31st December 2021 with reference number HC 93/473/01 Part 5 Volume 4 dated the 26th of October 2022 is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as AR/BAC/003.
As the Commission says, we're grateful. Now, Mr. Tarawally, you have indicated that the audit report and the management letter are not the same. Can you tell us what each one is for?
Yes, before the area councils, they don't even prepare, even though by law they're supposed to prepare a financial statement for us to express an opinion. The financial statement will show the balance sheet, show the assets and liabilities, the income and the revenue, and then that's where the auditors will express an opinion. That's what we call the audit report. And then beside that, you have the management letter. The management letter will detail the internal control weaknesses and the performance issues here and there. So it goes with the audit report. But whereas they've not been preparing financial statement, that doesn't prevent National Audit Office from carrying out our audit exercise. We will go there and look at the internal control weaknesses that are happening in the council and then report. That's what we call management letter. So around 2017, 2018, they've not been preparing financial statement, but we will still go and then highlight those internal control issues and including the lack of preparation of financial statement and then report to management. That's what is called management letter. But if you look at the recent audits, at least they are preparing the financial statement, whether they are credible or so, that is something else. But that's why later when you will see audit report and management letter.
Thank you. So does that mean that for the periods 2017, 2018, you did not actually audit the finances, just the systems?
We audit the finances, the financial transactions, because they were making payments, they were raising payment vouchers, they were, collecting revenue. So we will still go and look at that financial transaction. But financial statement comes at the end of the year. All the payments you are doing, all the revenues you are receiving, at the end of the year, you have to report. To report, you have to prepare a financial statement for the auditors to come and express an opinion to it. But they were not doing that. They were making the payment, receiving revenue, but they were not reporting it as how it should be. So we were not able to express an opinion on about no financial statement. But we were doing the payment voucher, the shortages that they are having, we are reporting that one in the management letter. Okay. Then maybe a background. This was, I don't know whether if you will come to that. This has been happening. This has been happening, financial statement, we've been reporting, councils are not preparing financial statement until, these are some of the reasons why the office in fact established a unit called Municipal and Area Council to focus on the on the audit of municipalities and area councils. And then we went to the National Assembly to discuss about this, because these are the things that have been featuring in audit reports since I was going to school. I can say they are not preparing finances, then what can we do about it? That's the time we've been going to the National Assembly with all the councils to see the way forward, because this cannot continue. So the National Assembly come with a cutoff date to say, okay, now, because there is no record. For you to prepare a financial statement, there must be records recorded, and then that is what is going to translate to finance. But if the records things are done off the book, it's not possible to manufacture figures and present a financial statement. Then they said, to be reasonable, let's just start, give them 2019 as the baseline for them to start preparing financial statement. Then the 2018 figures can be confirmed, and then they can use those ones just to manage and then start preparation of financial from 2019 going upward. This was an agreement at the National Assembly. So that's why 2017-18, you might not see the audit report, but it will just be the management later. Yeah.
Thank you. And do you know why it was they couldn't prepare financial statements? Was it a, I don't know, administrative issue? Was it lack of staff? What do you know?
Yes, the lack of preparation of financial statement, I will start with, I would say, is maybe capacity issue. And then again, lack of proper oversight. Lack of proper oversight, because if it is in the law that you should prepare a financial statement at the end of every year, and then you are not doing it once, you are not doing it twice, 3 years, then I think that is because maybe there is no consequences for your action. That's why you continue doing it. And then again, the other thing is because financial statement, you have finance directors, finance managers at the councils, but these are some of the finance directors, financial statement, financial managers. You ask them what is a financial statement, they don't even know what a financial statement is all about. Thinking maybe to be an accountant is just to pay salaries, collect revenue, deposit in the bank, and then it's going beyond that. This is what has been happening at the council, and it is still happening, though there is improvement, because now at least they are presenting something that we can scrutinize and express an opinion.
Yeah. So then let me now ask you, what is the financial statement?
Say that again?
What is the financial statement?
Yeah, the financial statement is, this shows the financial position and performance of any institution. So the financial statement comprises of, you have 3 different sets, different components. You have the balance sheet. Financial statement is a general name. You have the balance sheet. The balance sheet will show the assets and liabilities of the institution. And then you have the income and expenditure. That will show the revenue and the expenditures of the councils. For councils and then the notes to the accounts. As far as the operation of the councils is concerned, the balance sheet and the income and expenditure is what they are required to prepare, to show the assets and liabilities, and then the income and expenditure, and the notes, the explanatory notes, that will show the details of each and every transaction, to inform the readers, this is the financial position of the council at this point in time.
Okay. Thank you. And this was happening for all the councils? Or was it maybe those in the regions? This was, I can say, was happening for all the council. I think the only council that was attempting, that was trying, was KMC. Okay. Prior to that was KMC, but the rest, they were not preparing financial statement. Thank you. But from 2019 to date, they are all, at least, they are attempting to prepare something. That was because of our series of follow-up and consider at the National Assembly. Thank you. Let me show you some other reports. Please identify those documents.
Final management letter for the Mansakonko Area Council for the period 2017 and 2018, signed by myself on behalf of the Auditor General. Okay. And you have the audit